It's beginning to look a lot like Pip Town. Everywhere you go. Good morning, everybody. How are we doing? Mike, Kate, Fernando, Theo, Oberon, Reggie. What's up, guys? How is everybody doing on this Christmas Eve? We are still here in the woods, and it is still snowy on the ground, which is very, very exciting. We haven't had a white Christmas in Lord knows how long. Many, many years. We always come out and it's always kind of drab and whatnot. Despite the fact that we're in the woods and it's always sort of beautiful, it hasn't had snow since I think the first time we actually did Christmas out here. So we are very, very excited that there is snow on the ground, and not only that, but several inches of snow. Yesterday after the stream, I actually went and worked out outside in the snow like, what was it, like Sylvester Stallone in Rocky 4? That was pretty neat. But I digress. We are here for Legos. What have you to say? Reggie has been you see that I have been smashing the arena with Magisto's Tower recently. Yes. Doing good. Just bought 7 bottles of spirits for cocktails tomorrow. Theo, you do you, buddy. That sounds like a lot of fun. We are not a booze-heavy family, though we do enjoy the good wine drink and occasional cocktail, right? You can't get out without any cocktails on Christmas. You gotta get a little verklempt, as it were. Oberon Khalid, please do not forget to check our Facebook and Instagram pages during the weekend, as we'll not have the opportunity to post everything here. Some surprises are coming. Oh, yes. Oberon, for a second I thought you were actually typing that, and I was like, wait a minute, are you one of the developers and I just didn't know? But yes, that is a comment that Maria did make. So, interestingly enough, Maria and Emilian were answering some questions yesterday morning, and a lot of people asked, for example, when the All-Star events are going to release. And Maria did actually say in the Discord chat that the first All-Star event would be launching in January, and that would be the spooky event. So, you have at least, I guess, 2 weeks or so to finish farming whatever spooky team you can farm in anticipation of that first All-Star event. That does not give you a lot of time, and it's going to be pretty hard to farm a spooky team, especially considering that Basil is completely unfarmable, and so are most of the other spooky characters. But we will go ahead and take a look. Actually, let's start with that today. Let's take a look at the spooky characters and which ones are farmable and where. So, if I pull up all the spooky characters in my heroes feed, the first thing that you will note is that Slimer, Ghost, and Ray are completely unfarmable. If you do not have them at this point, you will not have them before another event comes. Ghost, probably actually the easiest one on that list to get because it requires a space team, and a space team is very, very easy to farm. Zombie has many ways to... Well, Zombie's probably the easiest one to farm because Zombie's available in the Monolith Waste. Yorick is available for gem purchases in the store, and the Spooky Girl is also available in the store. I think Spooky Girl is available in the... What is this? The Guild store. So Spooky Girl is available in the Guild shop, which makes her very, very hard to farm. Additionally, Willa is only available in the Master store, and Basil's only available in Brick Pace events. So, what is the TLDR of this upcoming spooky event? The TLDR is you can't farm a spooky team. So I don't know what they're planning on doing for these events that are coming up. They are supposed to be designed as a way to help people farm extra tiles for characters that they can't get otherwise. At least that's what they've said in their notes. But if they require that you have a spooky team for the very first one, nobody's going to be able to complete it except for the people that already have a spooky team and probably don't need it anymore. Because you cannot get Basil the Batlord. Willa the Witch is only farmable if you already have a ton of 7-star heroes, which you guys have seen in my case. Ray is not farmable at all. Yorick you have to pay for. Spooky Girl is only available in the guild shop, which makes her basically unfarmable. Zombie is farmable. And Ghost and Slimer are both only available in Master events. So of the entire Spooky team, there's only one character that's actually farmable, and that's the Zombie. And you can't make an entire Spooky team with just the Zombie? That's ridiculous. So it looks like this first All-Star event is set up to be a giant bust. Unless they change something, it's not looking pretty, guys. And I'm sorry to announce that because I was very excited for all these All-Star events that they have coming up. But the very first one looks like it's going to be a giant failure. Maybe we misunderstood them. Maybe you have to use a different tag to try to unlock other spooky characters. That would probably be for the best, considering that you can't farm spooky characters anywhere. So, I don't know, man. We will see what they decide to do, but everybody keep an eye out, because it's not looking pretty. What do you guys have to say about this? Raids are coming. They're still working on them. Nothing concrete for the release date. Yes, Mike, they've got to, because they know that everybody's waiting for raids more than anything else in the game. There's an energy event alongside the All-Star event, apparently, so a spooky brick pace, possibly. I just don't know which characters they're going to want us to use, because nobody has a spooky team unless you don't need more spooky characters because you've already wailed out for them. A well-thought-out spooky event again, at least it's not in the summer. I mean, yeah, now it's just in January instead. I'm not sure if that makes it better, but whatever. Let's go ahead today and start with an arena battle. So you guys have seen, I only got pushed back to 19 over the course of the evening. That's awesome. And we're going to sort through here and see which teams we have to fight. And it looks like by the time you get down to rank 19, that the only thing that they're offering is just 16, 17, and 18. So let's go ahead and try this team 16 here. Look at these Ghostbusters here with Lloyd and Woo and Digi J. So it looks like Digi J we're gonna have to take out first, because Slimer, when you get him down, just goes invulnerable basically. Maybe Egon we take out first. Maybe Egon we take out first. All right. I'm switching back to this team here. I was playing with Venkman for a while. Venkman hits like a truck. Problem is, when you get lower into the ranks of the arena, then you need a little bit more sustain. And Venkman on the team instead of Woo removes a significant amount of sustain for several reasons. So, we're going to put him back on the team and see how we go. I am actually going to start with a miss on Digi J. Actually, and now that I'm doing that, I wonder... Lloyd is actually going to put people into stealth. So, we're going to start actually by just trying to hammer on Lloyd for a while, because we know that we're going to have to anyway. We don't have anybody who can take anybody out of stealth, so this is what we're stuck with. Putting the slow on everybody, that comes from the slime, not particularly great, but we can grab our taunt on our Basil, see if we can flip around a whole bunch of those, not so much on the flippy flips, but that's okay. Trying to flip the debuffs around and all that jazz, but we don't get a lot of flippity flip flops. We'll grab a little heal from our Mixmaster Woo as we continue to come in here and try and smash their Lloyd. I'm going to go ahead and grab another heal from Basil. I know that he's about to get hit, but doesn't matter because he can die as many times as he wants to in reality. Now that Digital Jables is out, we will go ahead and attack him. Let's see if we actually survive this attack that's coming out here. Ooh, 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 wow, so many things all happened, and that was very, very hard to keep track of. Okay. Locking people out of their abilities. Egon has already used his ultimate, so we're not going to worry about it so much anymore. I will, however, come over here and try to take down Egon. Let's see if I get lucky and take out Digital J as well. Ugh, a miss on Digi J, and they take down our first tank. Now, let's go ahead and swap, put all of our debuffs on them, get all of their buffs on us. Excellent. And I really do want to try and take down their Egon character, because if I can take him out, I just have so much less to worry about. But, looks like it's going to be a relatively tall order for me to actually accomplish that task. That slow, that AoE slow that Slimer puts out is no joke, guys. No joke at all. We do not have an assist any longer. I can, however, see... Ooh, I just need to get rid of Lloyd. Thank you, please, and thank you. Okay, Willa is down. That is no bueno. And we're a little bit slow here on the rest of our characters. Now, let's see if I can actually keep a lot of people alive long enough to actually make this work. Aha! We get a big time heal right here. We've got 2 minutes left. We only have 2 characters to kill. Slimer is going to keep jumping into stealth, which means despite the fact that he is incredibly dodgy, we have to fight their woo first. We don't really have much of a choice here, unfortunately. Because if we keep hitting Slimer, he's going to go into stealth anyway. Aha! We have a vulnerable up on Woo. Is this enough to take him down? It is. We only have their Slimer left. And it looks like we might be okay. Let's go ahead and see what we see here. We'll grab a little taunt onto our Basil the Batlord. We'll give him a heal and a counter move just to keep him alive a little longer, keep everybody alive a little longer. Now I'm going to hit the auto button. We just want to deal the damage. This was a very, very close match, all things considered. But it looks like at the end of the day, we're going to be able to pull it out. We just need one hit on Slimer, and he's down. A closer battle than I was expecting it... Oh, excuse me. A closer battle than I was expecting it to be. Although, not really. That was a pretty good team we were fighting against. So there. Any team that has Slimer on it, you know that that person wailed out a little bit on that team. But we did end up being able to take them down. GKM, what's up, dude? TF says I'm in Discord, but I'm not active now. So don't distrug me. Distrug? I don't even know what that means. So, what are we doing now? Events, right? Today, if you haven't done it, go in, grab that Peg Legs treasure, get all of that gold. You're gonna need it for everything. Make sure that you're using all of your event energy. The event ends in 1 day. 24 hours from now, the event is over. So, whatever you have left to do, you better go do it. Let's spend some of our brick separators, get a little bit of gear in here. Then we're going to go through the store. We're going to make all of our purchases. I think I still need to do glyph hunt battles. I did Pip Town earlier today. So we have to go and look through... Oop. I always like to keep one brick separator in the bank just because. I don't really know why at this point, but I do it. Aha, yes, more ability mats. We need all the ability mats. We just spent as many of them as we could, basically leveling up Basil and Willa. I think at least one of them still has an ability that needs to be leveled up, to be completely honest with you. But I'll have to go back in and check that, see if we got what we needed here. Come in here and grab our tank and healer gear, our binoculars that we have so many of, because the number of people who use apples is extreme, and the number of people who use binoculars seems to be not so extreme. So look at this. I've got 21 binoculars sitting here. Ooh, that's actually fewer than I thought. For a while, I had binoculars like coming out of my nose, but I guess that's what I get for leveling all these characters up to gear level 7 and just not paying attention to it. Open our goodie bag. We'll open our daily goodie bag and see what everybody else has going on. A Spaceman Reed tile at this point. All of the tiles for characters we already have at 7 stars are welcome. I could also use some Blacktron Dwayne tiles to help me finish out that farm. Yes, Cook Bart tiles, I'll take it. Event store, we don't have 300 event currency, so that doesn't matter. Good morning, Extreme Gamer. How are you today, bro? I don't know why I keep saying bro. I've been doing it for a while, and I was starting to do it. When I started doing it, I was kind of doing it like ironically, like Jim Bro. But now I've been doing it so long, it's not even ironic anymore. I just say it all the time. And it makes me sound like such an idiot. Okay, Guild Store, Arena Store, nothing. Master Store, convert these first 60 tiles. I've got 765. I can come in here and get a Willa purchase. That means come noon today, I will be able to upgrade my Willa to the next star level. Very excited about this. And I will have, by that point, enough master currency to do it. So, let's go ahead and, whoops, I need to take all of my extra energy. Then we're going to go through our glyph hunt nodes, and we're going to see which characters I have in there that I still need to farm for anything that I haven't gotten up to 7 stars yet. I have a feeling there are several of them in there. I just need to double check and see which ones they are. Grabbing all this extra energy right off the bat. Thank you. And thank you. And thank you. Okay. I need one more arena battle and I need these glyph hunt missions. Let's go in here and see what we need to farm. So, Yuppie, Iggy, right? Need them. Kai. Need Kai. Burnibus I've got flattened out. Actually, let's go in and see, like, starting from the cheapest one. Because if I can use the least amount of energy possible to farm somebody, then I can keep going. Okay, I have all of these characters at 7 stars. That will leave me the most energy left over so that I can farm somebody else. Aha! Here we go. Crash test dummy. Yes, I still need crash test dummies, so I will go ahead and spend 84 energy to grab these crash test dummy nodes in the glyph hunt, and this is going to be my new glyph hunt farm for the time being. At least until they add new nodes or, I don't know, add tiles of other characters in here somewhere. So, there is that one. Now, let's come into the actual heroes and see which heroes actually need gear pieces that I still have yet to farm. Basil's just waiting on this piece over here. Oh, speaking of which, let's see. I said I needed to go in. These are all 5s. Burnibus, Lloyd is all 5s. Magisto's all 5s. He's all 5s, and she's all 5s. Alright, never mind. Apparently I had all of their abilities leveled up. So, let's come down to Garmadon. Garmadon is missing this one over here, which I think requires a bunch of fancy Dynamite 2s. Let's go ahead and grab as many of those as we can get from these Pip Town nodes, and then I will have, after I get all this, I will have the requirements to upgrade him up to gear level 7. So I'm thinking already of a new team to try out, which actually loses Magisto on the Magisto's tower in favor of Lloyd, Garmadon, Wu, Basil, and Willa. I don't know if it'll be supremely effective without having Wu on Magisto on the team, but I might try it out, at least in the Brickspedition, to see if it works. I think that combination of ninjas plus the sustain of Willa and Basil might actually afford us some great moves in there. But of course, losing Magisto's tower on the Magisto's tower set sounds pretty stupid. Okay, let's take in the extra mash-up energy. See what we get here. That's our 100 coinage there. Start by getting all of these extra tiles. See what we do. Ben, what's up, dude? How are you doing? Extreme, getting up to level 57. Very nice. Making it up there, dude. Let's see. Energy all at once. Kate, guess premium bag of 10 chicken suit guy. Okay. And then Oberon, try saying mate instead of bro. You got it. I will try saying mate. But can I still say it in my Jerk Jim voice? Mate. Mate. Yo, mate. What's up, mate? Alrighty, let's see. Street Sweeper Sal tiles coming in here next. It looks like we have 2 more complete purchases of Monolith Waste tiles. Waiting for the server. Woo! Their server is slow. It always has been. You guys have seen me as I'm trying to equip gear, right? Putting gear pieces together that require like 40 or 50 pieces to convert. It always takes so long, and I never understand why. Wow, look at that. 7 Street Sweeper Sal tiles off of one full node. That's amazing, and I will take it. I will take it, and I will convert it into Willa currency. You know I will. We'll get this last one with Kelvin on it, and then I think we're going to go in and do another arena battle, finish out our dailies before we go into the Brickspedition. Not the same, GKM says. Not the same? What are you replying to not the same? Okay, Glyph Hunt missions here. Arena battles. Right, I got one more arena battle to do. I want to take a look at this Megisto's Tower set really quickly and see if what I said makes any sense. So, obviously we lose out on Megisto, which means we lose out on Castle, King's Court speed, but we're not worrying about that because we don't have any other characters there. So, this one doesn't really change much. This one doesn't change much, but this one, Megisto starts the battle with 1 stack of enchantment. So we lose out on this. Megisto starting out with 1 stack of enchantment, but that's the only thing we lose out on. I don't know, I might give it a shot and see if it works. Who knows? We have another battle ready to go? We do. Check out this team right here, number 13. Any news on All-Star events will be released. Yes, Extreme. Maria said yesterday that the first All-Star event will be released in January, and that it will be the spooky event, which is kind of a problem because you can't actually farm any of the spooky characters except for the zombie. So, I don't know exactly how they're planning on everybody farming that one, but should be interesting. We're going to put the first miss. Yes, there we go. We put the first miss on Venkman, and then, because we have to, we're going to start hammering down on... I think we have to start hammering down on Lloyd in order to get the ghost to make the pop. So that's what we're going to do here. We'll go ahead and put everybody into stealth, which is what we know Lloyd is going to do. Brilliant. And then we'll go ahead and grab the Basil Taunt. And then we're going to, let's see, we're going to save Willa's AoE here. But I did actually use her, second special. This was just out of an effort to increase the number of enchantment stacks on the different people on my team. So it was a waste of a move in that sense, but other than that, it worked out pretty well. Okay, now that Ghost is out of stealth, we have to start by taking him down. So let's go ahead and get a little action on the Ghost here. Now, if we can get down Lloyd or Venkman below 50%, then the Ghost is going to pop out of stealth, and we will be farming the Ghost, and we'll be hunting the Ghost again, I should say. So let's see if we can get lucky enough to do that. Venkman out of stealth, so we are going to be swapping back and forth between Venkman Ghost, Venkman Ghost, Venkman Ghost, Venkman Ghost all day long. Hopefully I don't keep missing. I had this happen to me before where I just missed so many times that I ended up losing a battle. And I don't even mean dodge. You guys know my feelings on dodge chance. I mean miss. I just kept missing until I just lost eventually. It was very weird. I'm not sure what was going on there. Also, their Woo got to go before me. That makes me a sad boy, but not very much that we can do about it. Let's go ahead and hit Venkman in here. This should... Ooh, now everybody is stealthed. Let's see if we can actually take out... Aha! Megisto is out of stealth now. I was curious what was happening there. Alright. Interesting what's happening here. We'll go ahead and put stealth on everybody except for Lloyd again. I want to try and get around to my Basil heal if I can. We are low on stacks, boys and girls. Low on stacks indeed. We're talking about enchantment stacks, that is. Let's give everybody a nice heal from our Basil the Bat Lord. Give everybody a heal up from our Woo. Oh my goodness, this fight is going on way too long. Way too long. Let's see. Megisto is out of stealth again. Okay, so it looks like for this team, despite the fact that some of them do more damage than others, it looks like I really need to focus down... Aha, wait. Can I get Venkman down? No, he's got a stack of enchantment, so he's not going to go down. But he does take the damage. Man, I am getting super unlucky right now with the stacks of enchantment and the misses. Our Lloyd is gonzo. He helps us survive for that long, but then it's just going to look like no dice. There's too many specials on the table, too many people just smashing me left, right, and center. Oh, a dodge. Then we get a dodge. Brilliant. Come on, Venkman. Get out of here, dude. We'll clear stealth off of everybody. I've got 1 minute left, and I haven't killed a single person on their team. The sustain is real, boys and girls. Vankman gets another stack. And can we take him out? Okay, Vankman is gone. Ghost. Man, they've all got to fall just like dominoes right now. Magisto. No. Ghost. Come on, Ghosty boy. Oh, goodness gracious. We don't have anything. We've only got 30 seconds left. Everyone on their team has like 1 hit left, but I can't get to any of them. Wait, now they're all stealthed. Their Woo locking us out of our abilities. Then their Woo coming out of stealth here, going back into stealth. Ghost is down. Magisto with a miss. No! Get Magisto out of here. Woo! 16 seconds left. Come on. Oh, it's not going to happen in 16 seconds. 8 seconds. It's so close, but it's not going to happen. No, I was totally going to win. Oh, goodness gracious. It's so sad. The only person surviving on their team is Lloyd, and it's an epic fail as we lost by basically, what, I don't know, maybe 10 seconds left on the clock, and we would have won that one. That's the difference of 1 miss or 1 dodge. Do you realize this? 1 less miss, 1 less dodge, and we would have had that win. Oh, what a terrible mechanic. What a terrible mechanic miss and dodge are in a game where each turn matters so much. Alright guys, we're opening the premium bag right now. What's it going to be? The Ghost in that Magisto's Tower team made it difficult to focus people down, and Vankman meant that it was out damaging you. Yeah, but Theo, I wasn't really worried about the damage there, as you just saw. Red. What's up, Red? Let's see what we get in the premium bag today. Give me the premium bag, sir. Do 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 do. Alright, 10 Explorer Aurora tiles. Anyone guessing 10 Explorer Aurora tiles? Looks like negatory. 320 tiles for conversion here. That means we will definitely be able to get our Will of the Witch. Up to 4 stars. Wow, that was an odd time for me to take a sip of tea. And yes. Alright, let's come into the Brickspedition and see what we can get in here. Extreme, they can't get the time limit out. They just really need to change it so that the time limit just makes it so that... I think that they should make it so that the time limit is actually like 20 seconds. And that's the amount of time that you have to actually do an ability. And if you time out, then... Or maybe it's like that a battle is 5 minutes, but every single time you actually do an ability, it actually adds a couple of seconds to the clock. Basically, what the timer should be there to prevent is people just like getting to the rank 1 position with less than 5 minutes left before their timeout, and then just sitting on the battle and not doing anything. So, or rather, making it so you can only do that 5 minutes before the payout, right? Otherwise, you could get to that number 1 position like an hour beforehand and just sit in the battle and not do anything. And no one can attack you because you're already in a battle. So the time limit is necessary. It just doesn't work the way I think it should. Okay. So, I think the team that I'm using is Builders. So we're going to come up here toward the top today. I am going to... I think I'm going to play around with this a little bit. I'm going to take this Vankman and put Woo back in. I'm going to take out Magisto and put in Vankman? No, because Magisto goes so much that I think his damage is actually going to ultimately be higher. So maybe I replace Lloyd with Vankman for the purposes of Brickspedition. I think this is going to increase my overall damage and the speed with which I can actually get through Brickspedition, which is fine and dandy. As we get toward the end, I think that we'll put Lloyd back in there. Now, of course, I do have plenty of room for improvement on this team in general, right? Obviously, my Willa still needs to be upgraded a little bit further. My Basil the Batlord only has... What does my Basil the Batlord have? He's missing 1 ability, or missing 1 piece of gear before he gets to gear level 7. My Lloyd on the other team that you saw has another star rank to go, so I've been farming him up. So I actually have a lot of room to improve on all of this stuff. Okay. Whoa! All of these people just coming through trying to smash me down. Come on, Vanky Vank. You need to be alive, good sir. Please and thanky thank. We'll go ahead and grab a little heal here, put our Vankman back up to snuff, and then we're going to come through and... Ooh, well, I guess we'll smash everybody this way then. If that's what it's going to be, then that's what it's going to be, sir. Attack from stealth now. Let's see if we can clear out the rest of the team here. Should be able to get a couple of them down, hopefully, unless they all miss or dodge. Great, they did not. Fantabulous. Coming down to... We need to get another heal off. That's what we really need to do. Take this Scarlet down, followed by the Darwin Man, and then finally Cook Bart. I don't think we're going to be able to get through to the heal. Ah, we might now, though, since Cook Bart was able to heal himself up. That's actually good news for us. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him out of his abilities just to slow down my damage, although it's going to increase damage for everybody else. So I don't know that it's going to be truly effective. Let's see if we can just remove some turn meter, but leave him alive. We do get a heal off on Willa, the witch. We'll get a full heal on the rest of the team, and then we will get out of here lickety split. Moving on to node number 2, please and thank you. Red, why do you keep singing? I sing all the time, man. That's one of my weird quirks, is I make up crazy songs. Spend the gold, level up Garmadon, swap Vankman for Garmadon, put him in for the first slot, then when Wu takes his first turn, he will stealth Garmadon. Come on, Matt, do it, says Mike K. Mike, you have seen I am leveling up my Garmadon. He's not at gear level 7 quite yet, so I haven't actually put him in there fully. We'll swap back to this team for this next Brickspedition node. But, Mike, I don't know if you heard me earlier. I'm thinking about doing a team that is Lloyd, Wu, Garmadon, Basil, and Willa with the Magisto's Tower, which loses Magisto on the Magisto's Tower, which seems weird, except that Magisto actually doesn't get any extra bonuses that besides... Magisto doesn't get bonuses that other magical characters don't get, with one exception, that he always starts with 1 stack of enchantment at the beginning of a match. And I don't know if him starting with 1 stack of enchantment is actually that big of a deal. So I might try the team that I just told you about, see how it goes. I think it has the potential to do a lot of damage. I think it has the potential to have a lot of sustain and survivability. You lose the ability for people to heal when they counter, which is kind of a bummer because Magisto's Tower allows people to counter, which is nice, but I wonder if that pales in comparison to just having the Basil Willa sustain combined with the Wu sustain and then the incredible damage and all of the buffs that come from using Garmadon. So I might try that out. Actually, I should try it out in Brickspedition. What am I talking about? This is the perfect place for me to try it out. Let me see if I can level up Garmadon to a usable level at this point, and see if that works in the Brickspedition. Do I have all of my pieces left on Garmadon? I've got everything except this over here, and then I don't have his abilities leveled up. So let me see if I can get those leveled up to their max. I don't think I'll be able to. I don't think I have quite enough to do it. But we'll give it a shot and see where we can get him to. I think we'll be able to get him to a high enough level that we can at least, like, see how it works. So, let's see. This is the ability that, upon critting, gives all heroes the same buffs as Garmadon. Correct? Correct. So, we want to level up this one. And we want to level up his passive, as far as they can both go. I have 47 of the green ability elixirs. Okay, so that means we are not going to be able to level up everything, but let's give this a shot and see how it works. I know I've got plenty of money right now, so that should be fine and dandy. I can get him up to 4 stars, so that should be fine and dandy. Yeah, we'll put him on the team and we'll just see how it functions. Like I said, we lose the ability for people to heal when they counter, and we lose an extra magical hero, but I just wonder if the combination won't work. Dun 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 dun. And if this does work, then I have to worry. Then I have to wonder if maybe the dojo would be a better set for this team in general. Okay, so I can add all of this stuff, or add damage and upgrade the attacks and all this other kind of jazz. Okay, so let's see. This is the question. At the start of battle, ninja and Garmadon heroes have their attack and skill increased by more. When a ninja hero is below 40% and takes damage, they have a chance to gain critical damage up. I'm less concerned about that one. When Garmadon's army hero is below 30% health and they take damage, they have a 50% chance to gain 50% pep. Oof, both of these are pretty big. And I need a total of what? 57 to actually get them? So I'm not going to be able to get them today, but that's all right. I think I'm actually going to start here so that this guy does more damage and gives everybody else attack and speed up. Is that what I want? Or is this one that I want? I think it's this one, actually. Because whenever a Garmadon army hero is below a certain amount of health and takes damage... Yeah, because that's what makes Garmadon go like 8 times per second. So, we're going to put this one on the team. And we're going to work with this in the Brickspedition and see how it functions. Obviously, it's not going to be, like, fantastic. I'm not going to be, like, you know... blowing people out of the water with this one on the first try, or who knows, maybe I will. Also, what do I need for this grand backpack plan? And can I actually just... Let's see. I've got all these. And here, the fish, fancy fish. So I need 16 plus 25 is 41 fancy fish. I've got the fancy fish. I need the apples for Basil the Batlord. That's the only thing I'm worried about for him. So let's go ahead and give this a shot, actually. We'll spend 50 gems, see if we can get the last fancy dynamites that we need. We need 3 more of them. There's one of them. If I can get 2 more right here, then we can give our Garmadon this piece of gear. And start moving it forward a little bit. Aha! We got 3 of them. Even better. Excellent. So let's come back, equip this piece of gear. Whoops. Garmadon, where did you go? Come back to me, Garmadon. There you are. And then I got to see what this piece is over here. That extra 500 attack is, I mean, obviously going to be huge for Garmadon on the team. I'm done using tier 1 ability elixirs, says Tio. Good. Do you have all of your tier 1 ability elixirs on every single character maxed out? Because if so, like, that's a lot of ability elixirs, and that's pretty incredible. Okay, now we need, what? A total of 8, so I need 6 more of these lofty dynamites. Let's see if we can just come in and get lucky and get them. And then, if so, I can take Garmadon up to gear level 7. This will increase his stats a little bit further. I don't know if we're going to be able to get 6 of them. We would need like a 50% drop rate to get 6 Lofty Dynamite 1 plans. Hopefully we get it, but who knows. Waiting for server. Always the case. Ah, we get 3 of them. I've got a lot of gems. I could probably just... Nah, I'll wait for it and actually do it when I get the refresh. Right? Because, yeah. How about the dynamites here? Got plenty of those. Got these and these. Great. Great, 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 great. We only need, what now? We need 10 more of these elixirs before we can upgrade Garmadon's last ability. So, let's come in here back into the Brickspedition and let's see how this functions. Let's just see what it does. I'm obviously going to keep leveling up my Willa. We're battling against, so what was I saying? I was swapping out Magisto for Garmadon. So this is the team that we're looking at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with this Magisto's Tower set to see if Willa and Wu together can actually keep all of these stacks of enchantment, all this counter damage going around. Let's see how it works. The healing is going to be a little bit less because you no longer get to heal when you do a counter attack. But well, actually, let's see how it functions. First attack, Garmadon gets a counter. Excellent. We'll put everybody into stealth. We'll run this like we were going to run it for real and see what happens. Okay, we get some AoE battling here. I'm going to go ahead and do a little special ability there. Now, let's see if I can just smash out. Brilliant. It was not a crit, so it's only Garmadon that gets the special. I immediately have a heal ready on my Wu. That's all fine. Of course, the enemy team that I'm fighting against is pretty bad, so not that that matters. Okay. So, first battle, obviously fine. We'll end with Wu getting his heal off to top up everybody on the team. And we will take down the enemy hiker and move along. Sorry for don't come because winter I'm late. Don't worry about it, Stealthy. You're here now and that's what matters. Extreme says, with Garmadon, Wu and Lloyd will hit like a truck. Yes, that's part of the idea. I think Magisto's passive heal from the random counters will really hurt sustain. You might be right. With Garmadon, Wu, Lloyd, blah, blah, blah. Wu can call an assist from him. Very true. Garmadon with enchantment is very dangerous. Correct. Because that means he just won't die. But anybody with enchantment is going to be dangerous because it means they won't die. Ooh, there's a difficult team. Hey, that's a mirror team. This is the team that I am currently running. And here is a pretty typical pirate team. Ooh, which one of these should I fight against to see if I can get it going? I think I'm going to fight... Let's see, this one at the top is definitely easier, I would say. All heroes gain 20 defense for the entire battle. The Garmadon on their team could be problematic, that's for sure. Huh. Alright, let me start with this mirror team and see what I can figure out. Let's see how it goes. The problem I have with these all-star events is that everybody doesn't have all the characters. I hope they don't need to be 5-star plus. Yes, Extreme. That is a very good point. And with starting with the spooky team as the first all-star event, it's going to be a big problem for everybody because you can't farm spooky characters at all. It's a big old problem. All right. So we know that Lloyd is going to stealth and then Basil is going to taunt. So what we need to try and do to the best of our ability is get Willa out of the game. But we only have 2 turns to do that. I could do it if I get lucky enough to grab an assist from Garmadon and maybe smash Willa into bits. But otherwise, I don't think it's going to happen. So I'm going to start with Lloyd here instead. We're going to do a basic attack because in this case, I do actually want to hold on to my buff remover because there's a good chance that I'm going to want to remove the taunt from Basil the Batlord. Like right now. Because it's not going to do me any good. So, let's go ahead and do a little AoE damage on everybody. Start getting them all down nice and low. We got a whole bunch of dodges from, like, all of the ninjas. I'm also going to... I think I might save the big boot as well. Because killing Basil the Batlord doesn't do anybody any good. So, let's use a heal here now that I have the opportunity. Killing Basil the Batlord while Willa is still alive doesn't do anybody any good, is what I was getting at here. Okay, so Lloyd, a miss. Great. So we really haven't been able to hit Lloyd yet, which is always fun. Now, because he has dodged down, we are actually going to take the opportunity. Let's lock everybody out of using all of their abilities. Great. Now, what I want is not what just happened. Ugh, I wanted the big old smash. Well, I'm going to use the AoE now. All the dodging! 4 out of the 5 characters dodged that attack. What is that garbage? Oh my gosh. Okay. So, Willa is locked out from using her ultimate for another turn. I can steal all of the buffs from all of their team members, and now if I can actually defeat Willa fast enough, then this should work out very well. Come on, Willa. I just need to do some basic attacks against her, get her down, and then I can take out... Yes, nice. I can now freely take out Basil the Batlord, who has dodge up, which is a giant pain in the butt. Ooh. I can also smash down Garmadon really quickly. Let's actually do this. Smash down Garmadon, smashity smash smash. As long as he doesn't dodge, brilliant. We get out of this one. Now, you may have noticed, and rightly so, that we are missing a lot of healage. And that's going to be problematic, but I want to prevent everybody from getting hit. So this mirror match is definitely going my way. Their Basil uses his big old heal. My Basil is about to use my big old heal, so can't blame him there. So far, it looks like losing out that counter sustain hasn't really hurt me too much, but it is a little hard to tell. Although I guess it's not super hard to tell. Let's see if we can swap. Yeah. Instead of those positive buffs, let's give everybody those negative buffs. Let's get in here and smash down their Lloyd. I'm starting with Lloyd because Wu has that incredible dodge chance and can put people into stealth anyway. Let's go ahead and smashy the Lloyd. Smashy the Lloyd again. Okay, Wu, the only one left. I don't need to use that heal, but I will go ahead and grab a little taunt, because in case he does get more turns, he does not. That was actually pretty well done. I lose the Magisto on the team, but it seems to have worked. I may have to consider going all the way back and upgrading my Trader Transport to see if maybe that helps, but I don't know. I think that Magisto's tower is still pretty broken with those stacks of enchantment. I still do have 2 magical characters, and they have lots of special abilities that they can do, so that worked out pretty well. Let's do it. Let's continue with this team as we go through the Brixpedition. After this node that I'm doing right now, I am going to start using guild allies, so then it gets a little bit harder to see how it works. And if I can use guild ally Magistos, it's just going to be absolutely broken. Mirror matchup, says Fernando. Mirror matchup. See if we get an assist and take down Hiker. We don't, because we get a miss instead. You know, I really think it's funny the way that they've made that function. Ooh. If I do this, then I lose the vulnerability on everybody. And I kind of want to use the vulnerability. No, but I got to keep Lloyd alive, so we got to use it. Okay, now let's go ahead and do a little AoE damage, swap some abilis. And then I think we use Garmadon's AoE and just smash all of these people right off the bat, huh? Smashity smash smash, fools. Of course, I probably should have started with his big boot, which would then give his smash more damage, but I didn't, so too bad. Okay, here. Basic abilities from Basil the Batlord. A little bit more magical stuff coming from Willa. Basil the Batlord goes down, but who cares? Because Willa's going to bring him back to life. Now, the one thing to note is that as long as Basil is dead, it means that he's not getting turns, which is important because it's only when he gets turns that he can actually get the cooldowns on all of his abilities. Okay. We follow up the vulnerability with the giant boot of awesomeness, which is great. All heroes gain prepared. Spooky heroes gain critical damage up. Do I need that? Well, we'll go ahead and strip all of these buffs off of all of the enemy characters. That means that we can get at the Highwayman. Please and thank you, sir. Let's go ahead and take down this one. This one? Great. I don't need to use Basil's heal, especially if it's going to be taking down people on my team. But yes, okay, now I'm seeing all of the greatness of this. So, Wu's vulnerability means that Basil's basic attack is going to hit harder and thus heal him for more. Additionally, Willa's ultimate puts prepared on people. All of these abilities to create criticals means that Garmadon, if you use his boot against somebody with vulnerable, is going to spread all of these extra buffs to the rest of the ninjas on the team. Plus, Basil is going to be healing himself for higher because of stuff. So, that could all work out pretty well. Here's another Gear 7 suggested team. We're going in with our Basil the Batlord starting off low. Is anybody even sharing Magisto anymore? Look at this. Nobody's even sharing Magisto anymore. But that's perfectly fine. We'll just start right at the top. We'll grab a buddy Scarlet in here. And she will be able to give us a little bit more sustain as well. Extreme. I would rather have them work on raids rather than making another pointless event. Completely agree with you. Do I think that raids are still going to be a thing because we have heard no news on them? Yes, I do think that they are going to be a thing. As Mike mentioned, he asked Emilian about it, and Emilian did confirm that they are still working on them. The problem is, where are they? Right? That's everybody's problem with all of these raids, is that they should have been here by now because they are the only truly important thing. Oh my god! Oh my god, I just was assaulted. I feel like a planter's peanut. Get it? I was assaulted. Terrible, terrible dad puns. Anyway, let's see what to do here. I don't want my Lloydy Lloyd to die. Lloydy Lloyd, don't die! I need you, friend. Let's see if we can smash down this Burnibus. Oh yeah, get that crit. Yes, get that crit. Give the heal off. Get your own healing done, Lloyd. Lloyd, basically back to full. Let's go ahead and take Burnibus's powers away. I'm not going to use Willa's special. And then let's see. Let's lock everybody out of their abilities because why the heck not? I'm going to come in here and then do a little smashing on the Locust. Let's get him nice and low. There we go. We were really just waiting for Redbeard to come out of his stealthy stealth. Ooh. I think we'll just do some basic damage here. We'll play it like the computer, and we will save Garmadon's AoE for if he actually needs to heal himself. Now, let's give everybody prepared. Swap all of them buffs. Put all that negative stuff up on the enemy team. We can come out and take you down here. Let's see if we can get the Locust down before he does his ultimate. Putting all of the focus now on Scarlet. This is going to be brilliant. Yes, got it there. We are going to just continue to do our regularly scheduled damage. Now we're actually going to slow things down because I want my Basil the Batlord to get his giant heal off. That's what I want to happen here. Yeah, there it is. Bring me that giant heal, Basil the Batlord. Fill my health bars. Let's go ahead and remove this dodge from Cook Bart. See if we can get him down. Ooh, so very close. Cook Bart, you done. Lloyd. Oh, with a dodge, Lloyd. With a dodge. Oh, another dodge. Come on, Lloyd. Take it down. There we go. I'm liking this team so far. I think once I finish, I'm going to upgrade Willa to 4 stars at noon, which is also when I get more campaign energy, and might be able to take Garmadon up to gear level 7 as well. I think it'll only be a couple of days before I can get more ability materials to actually take Garmadon's last ability up to level 5. I'm liking this. I'm thinking it's going to work. Sneak attack with kisses. Yes, Fernando. She's a terrible, terrible person. I hope she hears me in the other room. Talk about what a terrible person she is. Just sneaking in here and showing me love all the time. Oh, God! Just showing me love all the time. Isn't love just such a terrible thing? Especially over Christmas time. We'll see if I give you your presents. You just wait. I can return them all. I can't, actually. That would be so much work. I wouldn't return them. I'd probably just end up giving her presents to me. But that's also not something that I would do, because that would be really stupid. Okay. Merry Christmas, Theo says, Extreme Gamer. Time is ticking for a lot of players. Raids better come out like the first week of January. Extreme Gamer, I agree with you. There are a lot of people that are prepped and ready to just quit the game because of how long it is taking for raids to come out. It is truly ridiculous. And we better hope that they happen. All right. Adventure 7B. Check this out. I'm going to come in here with my spooky-ish ninja team, Magisto's Tower. We're going to have everybody starting at full health. I am going to use a guild ally because I just need them for the achievements, and I don't want to skip through them. But what I want everybody to keep an eye on is how the main 5 of this team function against this big old pirate team. Now, we are going to get a little bit of a cheat here, and that I have an enemy, I have a buddy Scarlet being used. Actually, so here's what I can do. I can use Scarlet 100% of the time for her basic attack. It's not going to be great, but it will help us keep an eye on how we manage all of the counters and things like that that might be coming from the enemy Redbeard, right? Because that's what we're always watching for on this team, is how many counters come from the enemy Redbeard and who's locked out of what. So let's go ahead and put the fear on the Redbeard. We first get a stun on our Basil the Batlord. That's kind of okay, actually. And now we're just going to do basic attack. Great, so now we are going to, we still have the taunt on our Basil the Batlord. That's fine, actually. I'm going to go ahead and just do a basic attack with my Garmadon here. And then I do want to strip this taunt off of their, what's-his-face? Off of their Valiant. Now, this moves the taunt back over to Scarlet. Cool. And we are going to get the hit for sure. We know that's coming. Basil the Batlord, protected. Excellent. Now, they don't have any massive buffs coming. So let's just swap this defense up to defense down on the enemy Scarlet. Now we're getting a cleanse of everything. Cool. So now that Valiant is below 50%, I'm just going to finish him out, I think. If I can finish him out, it just means there's one less taunt and one less heal and buff for me to worry about. Look at the incredible sustain Basil is now showing. Ooh. Okay, nope, we just have to do a basic here. Oh, the dodge! The dodge of doom! The dodge of doom gets us. We'll give everybody a stack of prepared here. See, oh yeah, we'll get the heal off from Magisto. Great. That gives a stack of enchantment around. Please and thank you, take out Valiant. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, what I really want is to use my stack of prepared here against the enemy Redbeard. That's what I really need to happen. Let's get a heal off for the rest of the team. Now, prepared on Garmadon plus defense down on Redbeard. Let's see if I can just... Oh, only 7,000 damage. Not great. We're going to use more specials from Willa, even though it might not be the best opportunity, or the best place to use them, because we just want to be sharing around stacks of enchantment. Very, very difficult to do in this current setup. Yeah, now we can get out the massive heal. Look at how many buffs my Willa has. This is extraordinary. Look at how many buffs she has. She's got everything except dodgy, basically. That is ridiculous. Also, they move the taunt for 2 turns onto Cook Bart. Not the best place to put that taunt, if we're all being completely honest. If they had put that taunt on Redbeard, that would have been amazing. That's what we would really have been looking for. Didn't happen. So, we're going to go ahead and clear that taunt, because obviously we get a whole bunch of counters coming out. Okay, Scarlet on their team finally going down. Now we really do want to take out everybody we can. So I know that this is going to be a crit against somebody. Brilliant. It's fine. Let's go ahead and swap the taunts over to Basil the Batlord. And in this case, we're going to go ahead and take out Argenta because she's so low already. So it still looks like it worked okay. We're getting out of this with our Lloyd relatively low. That's a bummer. But we still did survive with everyone. Now, admittedly, the Buddy Scarlet soaked a couple of attacks there for us by actually taking the taunt when people get below 50% health. But overall, it kind of worked. I am missing the overflowing stacks of enchantment from using Magisto on the team, if I'm being completely honest. But I think as we level up people even more, right? Because remember, Lloyd, I still have another star rank to get with Lloyd. I'm about to get another star rank with Willa. I still have another gear level to get with both Garmadon and Basil the Batlord. So I think this team actually is in a pretty significant spot. A pretty significant spot. We need a big dev team, says Tio. A bigger dev team than is expected with games like this. I don't think we need a bigger dev team than is expected. I think we just need an actual appropriately sized dev team, to be completely honest with you. That to me has been the biggest problem of all, is just that the dev team started out at a convenient size, and now they're just like teeny tiny, which is a major bummer, because this game is a lot of fun, and the Lego IP is a lot of fun, and they've just sort of quashed it. Anyway, 'tis a bummer, but what can you do? Okay, I am actually going to attack Crook Chuck over here because I'm going to use the vulnerable on Officer Primo. Oh, with the dodge! Because why wouldn't he dodge? He's got dodge chance up too. And that means that he's going to be a butt. Because that's what dodge chance does. It turns people directly into butts. Epic failure on the part of Garmadon to get that miss in there. If he had gotten the crit, then Lloyd and Wu would have gotten that speed up and that attack up. Just terrible. Just terrible. Ooh, there's a preview for the All-Star event, says Fernando. I will check it once I am out of this battle. Chowski bro, have a very Merry Christmas. Mike. Oh, wait, no, Theo. Ah, Theo is skedaddling. Theo, if you are still here, I wish you the best, good sir. And if you're already gone and you watch this video later, then I wished you a happy Christmas? Merry Christmas? I guess it depends on what part of the world you're in. Mike, a million seat is stuck at 3/4 the height of the table and he can't reach the upgrade button. Maria has to order some oil. Oh, dude, that's actually pretty funny and probably somewhat accurate if I'm being completely honest, which is sad. Okay. Let's get a heal out on Basil the Batlord. Let's have Basil the Batlord then heal everybody else on the team. Let's see. Police Officer Primo. Calling small cars? No. He already did that on the last go-around. That is right. Let's go ahead and lock everybody out of their abilities here, which gives everybody vulnerable. More importantly, we're going to go ahead and take down Officer Primo, followed by Crook Chuck, followed by the Highwayman. Brilliant. Keep watching Facebook. She will share the oil delivery date. Yeah, it's weird to me that they're like, we're going to announce things on Facebook that we don't put in Discord. I find that to be very problematic, as do most of you. But what can you do? Okay. You say, check the events preview. Is it after 10 already? Oh, yeah, it is. That's when the events change. Alumni days, goth kids, and some book learning. Okay. I'm frozen here. Here we go. Okay. Let me come in here and just grab these XP scrolls, and then I will go in and look at the previews for these characters. This is so interesting, right? They're releasing, okay, Basil the Batlord tiles and Willa tiles. So if we preview this event, we can see all the different nodes. and we can see what they allow, but we can't actually see... Interesting. Okay, Basil the Batlord is here at the end, and Ghost. Ghost? Why Ghost tiles? Ghost is a Master Event character. You don't need extra tiles of a Master Event character. You can't use them for anything. That's stupid. Ghost tiles? That's dumb. Unless you really, really, really want to whale out on the Ghost here for maybe to get him from 6 to 7 stars, I guess. But that's stupid. But that's just a regular Alumni Days Brick Pace event for Basil the Batlord. Excellent. I will be whaling out on all the rest of my gems for Basil the Batlord. I've got 3,000 gems, and I need... How many more Basil the Batlord tiles? I need 86 plus 150. 86 plus 150 is 250 minus 14 is 236. I need 236 total tiles to do it that way. Unless I want to go into Goth Kids for the All-Star event. Aha! And earn a bunch of Willa tiles, but it's required spooky characters. Here's the funny thing, because I wonder if it requires... Because you can't see the actual previews of the next nodes, it's unclear what the star requirements are. You know what I mean? It's also unclear exactly how this is going to work. Is it going to be farmable? Or is it just going to be like one-time rewards? Based on what I'm looking at here, it looks like it's probably going to be... Let's see, possible rewards implies to me that it is going to be farmable, not one-time rewards like a master event. But if you look at your eligible characters, it's all the spooky characters. I wonder if the combination of Willa and Basil the Batlord can just cheese through this entire thing. Just the two of them by themselves. I wouldn't be terribly surprised. But I'll be interested to see what happens with the Alumni Days event. I will, if I have to choose... I will whale out for Basil the Batlord before Willa, because Willa I can farm in the Master Store. Yes, it is not as fast as getting her tiles directly in an event, but I do think that Basil the Batlord is not available anywhere else in the game. So I am going to have to whale out for Basil the Batlord first. And by whale out, I do not mean spend any money, because... I'm basically done spending any money on this game until they actually release something worth spending money on. But, yes. Yes. Cool. All-Star events. Preview the event. You see that you can farm some Willa tiles in here, but it seems to require a full spooky team, which means that most people are not going to be able to do it unless they have whaled out already. And if you've whaled out already, then you probably don't need it. So that's a thought. And then the Brick Pace event for Alumni Days starting in 3 days. Nice, I guess, if you want Spooky Girl, Skeleton Yorick, all that kind of jazz. But honestly, I would just whale out for Basil in this place if you're going to, unless you already have maybe a 6-star Ghost. If you actually got the Ghost from that event and you have the 6-star Ghost already, then you might want to redo... then you might want to whale out for that Ghost at 7 stars, because that is going to be a killer tune to have on your team. So that's probably where I would look if that's what you're going for. Willa like superb master. Ghost in the Brick Pace event, yes. Ghost in the Brick Pace event. I mean, if you, like I said, if you have him already and you have him at 6 stars, then like go for it, I guess, and farm that Ghost node and get him up to 7. But otherwise, like, I don't have Ghost. I'm not going to get him here, because then what happens when the actual Master event comes back? Are they just not doing the Master event anymore? I don't know. Super confusing. Super odd choices that they're making. Just super odd choices. Extreme. Do we know what the holdup is? The holdup about what? Do we know what the holdup is on raids, Extreme? I think they're just not done. I don't know what the holdup is any more specifically than that. I think they just haven't finished them. Emilian C. Matt, I like this team. They look powerful. Can you farm those nodes? I think I will get a whale for Basil, maybe Willa. I'll have to see the cost and drop rates. Yes, as I said, it's a whale reward event once again. Mike, very, very true. And that's actually going to be a little bit more problematic because people don't like it when events require whaling. I think that so here's my issue. I think that the first time you run an event, personally, I think that the entire economy of this game is set up incorrectly. I think the first time you run a new event, you do have to have rewards that are specific to people who are willing to pay money, because those are the people who actually keep your game running, because if you didn't have any money, then you couldn't run your game. So you do need to have some level of rewards that are specific to people who are willing to spend cash. But below that, you know that you are offering your game for free, which means that the people who play for free have to get something, otherwise there's no point to them playing at all. And then you lose entire bits of the community because the people who are not willing to spend money on a game you have offered them for free are not getting anything useful. So, my thought is that the first release of pretty much every event should be designed for you to get the characters up to a usable state. If you go with this current game and the current meta, for most characters, that's either 4 or 5 stars. So, first run of event, even Ghostbusters or something like that, you should at minimum be able to get all of the characters up to 4 stars. Maybe even 5 stars. That's enough for you to start playing with them, start using them, maybe like them. And if you're willing to spend money, then it should be tuned to allow people who can spend money on the first release of an event to get the character up to 6 or 7 stars. If you do that, you can then space out the events enough so that by the time the second run of the event comes around, the only people who have left to get him are people who still want him, whoever he is at the time. Because the meta shifts consistently whenever you release new characters. Now in this game they haven't released new characters in a while, and that's a problem, but the meta shifts as you release new characters, which means by the time you run an event for the second time, anybody who's just then getting their characters up to 6 and 7 stars is already behind the meta. If you're unwilling to pay some money, then that might be okay, because you can still get these really good characters, but the penalty for not contributing anything towards the development of the game is that you're just one step behind. And the reward for contributing directly to the development of the game is that you are on top of the meta. If they were to do that, then they wouldn't have to supplement with all these different game modes. We're like, okay, let's add an extra Brickspedition here and an extra All-Star node here because people are upset about this because this guy's only at 3 stars and you had to whale out over here and blah, blah, blah. No, just simplify the whole thing. Retune it so that the first time you run an event, every character can be unlocked at 4 or 5 stars. These unboxed events where you get a character at 2 stars, utterly worthless. There are 0 characters, including Garmadon, that were useful at 2 stars. Garmadon started being useful at 3 stars at minimum, and only if you had the team to back him up. At 4 stars, he starts to add a little bit more self-sustain so that you don't have to have the perfect full Ninjago team to use him. And who knows what he's going to look like once we get him up to 7 stars. But you follow my drift. That way we don't have to have like all these random events thrown into the game to just cover up like the plugs in the piping. We can just replace the pipe with a new pipe that doesn't have any holes in it, and then we don't have to worry about all this garbage. So the All-Star event, like, I'll be honest with you, I'm pretty disappointed in it. Just from looking at it the way that it's set up right now, great, there's another Alumni Days Brick Pace event. We can get more Basil tiles. Like, that's excellent. But those extra ghost tiles, I'm not sure that they're going to matter for anybody unless you whale out for them, which is a problem because it's a problem. And then it's only going to benefit the people who already have ghost at 5 or 6 stars anyway. So it's almost worthless. And then the Willa one where you have to farm using a spooky team, you can only have a spooky team if you have whaled out for it, because only one spooky character is farmable. One, and that is the zombie. So you have to have a whale team in order to get more tiles for the whale character, which means you probably don't need her if you've already whaled out for her. That All-Star event is garbage. Now, the more that I'm thinking about it, that All-Star event stinks. What do you guys have to say, though? Check the info icon on the event. All-Star is for experts, probably very hard then. Yes, Magistral Benny, whatever. You're absolutely right. It does say that the All-Star event is for experts. The problem is that the experts who have the team required to do the All-Star event don't need to do the All-Star event because the rewards in that All-Star event they already have. So that's the issue with it. It would be like saying it would be like, let's say you host Thanksgiving for your family, right? And so 2 weeks leading up to Thanksgiving, you're going out and you're buying all the non-perishable stuff. And a few days before Thanksgiving, you're going out and you're buying all the perishable stuff. You have it, it's all ready to go. You have already purchased your Thanksgiving turkey. And on the morning of Thanksgiving, or the evening before, whatever, you put that turkey in to slow roast it. It's going to be delicious. And then on Thanksgiving, somebody shows up with a turkey and says, here, I thought you could use this. And you're like, but I already have a turkey. It's right there. I don't need more turkey. I've already got the turkey. That's what this All-Star event is set up like. A very, very weird analogy for me to use. I probably should have used a Christmas analogy, to be completely honest with you, but that's what it is. Like, am I wrong? Guys, if I'm wrong, please let me know. If I'm overreacting to this and it's actually going to be, like, superbly brilliant, please let me know. Keep watching Facebook, says everybody. As I said, it's a whale reward event again. The random events are a way to add poor content. Why no new playable content? Yeah, they really just need to work on raids. They really need to get it out. They really need to give everybody a reason to actually interact with the rest of the people in the game. Let's give this Ghostbusters node a shot and see how it works. Now here, I am going to once again add a Buddy Scarlet onto the team. I'll be very interested to see what happens here. We need to take down Venkman, and we need to take down Venkman very quickly in order to prevent him from getting the rest of the Ghostbusters to basically one-shot our entire team. Hopefully, we'll have a bunch of stacks of enchantment that might save us here, but that is definitely where we are starting off. Now, Egon, who I need to take careful stock of who is going to go before Winston, because that is going to be crucial to my decision-making process. It looks like, okay, it looks like my Garmadon is not going to go before Winston does, unless he gets hit with a critical hit, possibly from Slimer. Basil and Lloyd are going to be setting up the tank rotation. Willa is going to be coming in with whichever one she needs to come in with at the moment. So I think I'm going to try and do this little special, see if we can get an assist. We don't get the assist. So we'll put everybody into stealth. We know Slimer's coming around with this. Aha, we got a dodge from Garmadon. Interesting. Now, I'm going to go ahead and grab the taunt on my Basil the Batlord. And let's see if I can't swap around some buffs. Great, we swap around some buffs from our Willa. Now, ooh, I need to get the smash on here because I need Garmadon's next attack to deal extraordinary sums of damage. We'll put out the AoE heal. I'll put out a little bit more healing here. Great. Garmadon coming in with a counter attack. Excellent news. We'll grab another heal from our Basil the Batlord. Brilliant. We will... Now, I don't want to cheese it too much, so I'm still just doing... Who's got the taunt? I'm still just going to do basic attacks from the enemy Scarlet. I'm trying to keep in mind where we would be right now. And now let's see how many people I can kill with Garmadon with his attack up bonus right now. He's going to do an AoE hit and basically kill everybody on the Ghostbusters team. Okay, well, Garmadon hits like a truck. Of course, we all knew this ahead of time. Slimer is going to go down now, and then we'll follow that up with a Vanky Vank. Ooh, Vankman hit, taking basically no damage. Let's go ahead and use an ultimate ability here. Give everybody on my team stacks of prepared. I am, at this point, going to grab a heal from my Scarlet. From the Buddy Scarlet, I mean. We're going to go ahead and take out Vankman. And now we're in a pretty good spot. Is my Basil going to get his ultimate? No. So that means we'll be going into the final node with Basil relatively low. Because the heal is also not ready from my Woo. Okay. That could have been a lot worse. And we absolutely demolished that Ghostbusters team. So there. So, Magistral Beanie. Oh no. So will the event like we will win only one node to access? So Stealthy, I actually think I understand what you mean here. The brick pace is obviously farmable. You can redo the nodes over and over and over again. For the All-Star event, it's unclear whether or not the Willa rewards will be one-time rewards or if you will be able to farm those nodes. Based on the very first node, it looks like it might end up being a farmable it looks like it might be a farmable event, right? Because the first node advertises that it has possible rewards, which implies that you'll be able to do the node multiple times to get different possible rewards. How we do those, whether or not the event has its own source of energy or certain number of attempts per day, we don't know yet. Brick pace is going to function just like a normal brick pace event. Mike says, I agree. It's like someone showing up with a Christmas tree when you already have one, then giving you presents to put under it when you already have them. Yeah, that's basically what it is. What is this, level 67, gear level 7? Is this really what I'm at? Is this... Really? Weird. Okay. What guild ally should we use here? I want to use a guild ally that's really going to add some more synergy to my team. So... I think that might be Kai in this case. Yeah, we got a buddy Kai we can put in here. Ooh, or I can use a buddy Vankman for extra magical damage. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to use a buddy Vankman. We're going to do some extra damage with the Vanky Vank. We are going to have another magical character to add more stacks of enchantment. Please and thank you and hopefully. Let's see how it works. Kai also would have been an excellent one because of his synergy with the rest of the ninjas. Possibly an even better one, but I want to take full advantage of the Magisto's Tower set to the best of my ability. You guys know that what that means is originally my concept was just to overload this entire team with all the magical characters that I possibly could. That meant Wu, Willa, that meant Wu, Magisto, Vankman, and Willa. But what I have found is that that actually doesn't account for enough sustainability. Despite all the extreme stacks of enchantment, Basil the Batlord being the only tank, it's too easy to get around him, and he's slow enough that the enemy can actually kill Willa before you've even had a chance to taunt with Basil the Batlord under those circumstances. So it does actually get a bit hairy, at least that's what I found while I was doing it previously. Although as I level up all these characters and get Willa up around, say, I don't know, 7 stars, then I might go back and change my mind on that one, try and do it a little bit differently again, and then see if maybe the full magical team just blasts so extraordinarily hard that it's worth keeping them all. Now, as I do normally, I am going to save all of the ultimates, with the exception possibly of Basil's heal, until we get to the pirates on the next round. So until then, it's just going to be basic attacks, lots of assisting from our man Vanky Vank. Let's go ahead and take down LeQuay now and see what we have in line when we get to the pirates. It looks like when the pirates come out, that might be the perfect time for everyone anyway. So there. Uh-oh. Where's the freeze? Get off the freeze. Lee does basically nothing useful. So let's go ahead and just soak up all of the health. give a little heal here, make sure everybody's nice and topped up as we go into the pirates. Okay, so first, Willa has her ultimate. Now, this is going to take the 2 buffs that exist right now, which is currently only the buff on Scarlet, and put them on us. I don't have any debuffs to put on them, but all of my heroes will gain prepared. That's pretty nice, especially as I try to come in and smash everybody with all of the other ultimates. So, yes, that gives everybody prepared, and the enemy has vulnerable, which means everybody's going to be getting 2 crits in a row, basically. So we are going to use Willa's ultimate there. Then we're going to come in here and we're just going to absolutely smash down Redbeard. Now, if I use this heal, it will remove Taunt, and Stealth. It will also increase debuff durations by 2, but I don't need to do that, nor do I need to heal. So I actually don't need to use that ability at all. Okay? Well, in that case, I'm actually just going to use a basic attack, because I want Lloyd to put the stealth up on everybody. And actually, we're not even going to use Wu's ultimate because everybody's already vulnerable. So, let's go ahead and put the stealth on everyone here. Lloyd. Ooh, looked like Lloyd was about to take a lot of damage there. We are going to go ahead and put a little fear on Redbeard. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and... I guess I should just do his AoE damage? Just damage everybody? Why not? If I do the foot on a vulnerable character, then... Oh, and Venkman still has his turn to go. Ugh, but if I put somebody else below 50% health, then it's going to be problematic. Alright, so we're just going to do the AoE. Just spread a whole bunch of damage out. We knew that that's basically what was happening. Scarlet, I'm going to go ahead and remove a bunch of your turn meter. Now we're going to lock everybody out of their abilities and give everybody vulnerable again. We are still just absolutely smashing through this team anyway, so none of this matters. We're going to grab the taunt with our Basil, which means that our Lloyd has plenty of time to survive his punishment. The taunt wears off from the enemy Scarlet. That's brilliant news. We're going to go ahead and do some AoE damage here. And we're going to swap that critical chance up to critical chance down. We will go ahead and now come in and smash down the enemy Scarlet because she's there and that's what happens. Smash. Oh, we do not get a critical from the big boot of doom, but it's no worries. Basil the Batlord can now heal up everybody on the team. I mean, yeah, we totally rocked this one. Cause I just wanna rock, DJ, because I'm making the bricks complete. I just wanna rock, let go. I don't know, it's a weird song. But, Brickspedition today, with this new team, I like it. Mike, a good suggestion. Taking Magisto off the team, not something I had ever contemplated. I don't know how it will function in the arena. I will not use it in the arena until I get all of those characters that are they're at that like one step before upgrading them further. So like Willa at another star level, and Basil at his next gear level, and Garmadon at his next gear level, Lloyd at his next star level. I don't know if I'll really use this team until then. Oh, wait a minute. I don't have quite enough. I need to add more heroes. Healer, Collectible, and Imperial. Oof. Apparently I just don't have very many of those tags. Alright, well, I've got plenty of other characters I can get up above 600,000 with no problem. So there we go. Tomorrow, all heroes gain debuff immunity. I'll be against ninjas, so it's useful, but it's not as useful as all enemies gain buff immunity. All heroes gain dodge chance up 2 for 2 turns. That's ridiculous. And all attacker heroes gain 15% attack for the entire battle. I think that's only Garmadon. Is Garmadon an attacker? I think Garmadon is the only person who benefits from that. But That's the stream for today, folks. It is 10:30. Tomorrow is Christmas. I hope that all of you have plans to either be with or Zoom or Skype or whatever video chat it is that you use with your family. I hope that you all have a wonderful Christmas Eve. Make something nice for dinner. Tell your loved ones that you love them. This is an excellent time for you to do that if you haven't done it before. And be good. And be nice. And if you have suggestions for LEGO Legacy, then let the people know that you have thoughts and suggestions because you love the game and you want it to succeed. I want it to succeed. We all want it to succeed. I will be back on Saturday morning, day after Christmas. We'll have a quick little recap. We'll see what all of us got in our fun little Christmas stockings. See if anybody got some new toys that they really want to talk about. And until then, if you have any questions, if you're not sure what to farm, if we get more information about the way the events will work, then I will share it with you on Saturday. Until then, everybody, peace! I'll check you later, alligator.